All right, welcome back, traders. Your host, Mr. Know-It-All here. You know, your weekly live stream, the weekly Bitcoin candle close. Thank you guys so much for joining us this evening. I know a lot of you guys are wondering about the thumbnail and what's going on with that. Well, we're going to go through it here tonight with our structured streams. I guess we'll wait for everybody to join. You know, we have lots of folks joining the stream tonight. Let me know if the music's too loud or not loud enough. Sec. Yo, what's going on, guys? Hey, Jay. How you doing, Seb? Albie? Rash? What's going on, guys? All right, so first things first is, are we going to hold above this $47,000 area? That's this key level, right? That is this key Fibonacci level here that we've been looking at. And you can see right now, currently on the weekly, we're rejecting this 47.5 area, the 47.6 area, right? However, we're still above this channel that we did break out of, okay? So there is that. As soon as we do start to break that, we could be in some trouble, right? We could start, you know, testing that back down to this $42,000 area. Once we break this $43,500 area, if we were to come back down and not hold this area as support, we're looking at these levels here. We're looking at 42.5, this area right here, and that kind of coincides with this area right here. But so far, we didn't really do too much. We are above the daily 200-day moving average for the moment, right? We're holding above the 200-day, and we go to the hourly, the smaller time frames here, and see what's really happening. And so far, we're holding above the 200 on the hourly, which is good. We're going to have to go look at you know, USDT dominance. This is technically right now on the hourly is technically a higher low. And we never broke this low here. We never made a candle body closure below it, below 47,000. So that's why I was saying that this is a pretty key level for us to hold. All right, and if we continue to make candle closures above that 200-day moving average, I think we'll be okay to at least make another attempt at the top side of the range, which is right around this $49,000 area, which we wait so patiently for Bitcoin to break. Right, because ultimately we want to see this come back up to 52.7 and test this resistance here. Okay. We're going to go back to the weekly here and kind of get more of an overview of what's happening. We are still in bullish territory on the weekly, sitting at around 55 on the RSI. No real divergence or anything happening here. Just kind of just chilling in the bullish control zone territory on the weekly. The daily is teetering right now between bullish and neutral. Okay, we're above 50, so technically we're still in bullish territory. But you can see that we are pointed down right now on the daily time frame. Okay. And on your MACD oscillator, we are still above zero, right? We are still above zero. However, we are seeing a bit of negative momentum come in here, which is letting us know that we could see maybe some more negative momentum that ends up building, right? But that's not confirmed just yet. But we also are waiting for this bullish cross, and we haven't yet got this cross, right? So we're waiting for that, and that is something that, well, if it doesn't happen, you guys already know what could happen is we could end up seeing this come down and then cross into bearish territory, which we haven't done just yet on the daily time frame. But we're pointing that direction right now. Okay. So we're kind of stuck in the middle of these two ranges right now. We don't want to break below 43 because there's not really too much down here. we'll end up going back into this pattern, and that could catalyze a major sell-off if that happens, right? That could catalyze a big move down, and maybe something that we don't want to see. Okay. I'm not saying that that's happening, guys. I'm just saying that we need to pay attention to these levels and how the price reacts at these levels. And all right, so that's the Bitcoin chart. If you guys are enjoying the content, make sure you guys smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel and do enjoy the content here. All right, so next up on the list, we have the USDT dominance. All right, unfortunately right now it is rallying. It is up 3%. This is not something we want to be seeing for assets in crypto going up. We want to see the opposite. We'd like to see this USDT dominance on its way down, all right? And we can see, unfortunately, that it is trying to break above this 3.25% area. All right, and we're going to get a little bit of a closer look as to what's really happening here with this chart. And it does look like we are at, a pretty critical spot. If this does break out, it's going to send Bitcoin much lower. It's going to send crypto assets much lower. And we're paying attention to this. This is a flag, okay, guys? This is a bull flag that we've been in now since September 7th, so since the first week of September, where we did get that major move to the downside from that $53,000 area on down to 43K. Okay. And what's interesting is we did pivot right off this 61.8% retrace area, and now we're trying to test 50% retrace. And this does look like it's pointed up, right? It does look bullish, right? 60 on the RSI on the 4-hour. On the daily, it's teetering between neutral and bullish. We're about to cross bullish here. I mean, technically it's bullish above 40, all right? So as long as it's above 40, it's technically on the bullish side of things. All right, so this does look bullish for the dollar right now. And looks like we did trigger a TTM squeeze to the upside on the daily. I will say, though, that the MACD is still in bearish territory, right? We have not crossed above the zero line here on the MACD. All right. How's it going, Tatton, Daniel, DeBeck? How you doing? How you guys doing? Hopefully everyone's had a nice weekend and got a bit of a recharge, right? So let's look at the 200 and the 50. We did get this, which is promising. Okay, we did get this, which is promising. We did get a death cross here on the daily chart for the tether dominance. So we're going to see how this ends up closing. Obviously, we're putting in a bullish engulfing candle today, which isn't good. But as long as we don't break above the 3.3 area or even up to the 3.31 area, there is a good possible chance that we could reject this and maybe come back down out of the pattern to test this support again. Okay? And that would send Bitcoin higher, and that would also send a lot of these altcoins higher. So we'll see about that. I know it sounds like we're back and forth here, but the trend still technically is your friend, right, guys? So the dollar is still in a downtrend, right? It hasn't made higher highs since this 5.53% area since June, okay? Since we had that major correction back in May, June, all right? But you're in a flag down here, and if you break back above, just know that you're gonna come back up, test these levels again, this 3.69% area, which is definitely gonna have an impact on Bitcoin's price. So we want to be aware of that. We could see some more downside. It's looking like we might see some more downside. So just keep your risk on your leverage longs low. In fact, I would probably try to get out of your longs if you can, and just kind of sit on your hands for a bit. And if you're really good at taking shorts, well, this could be an opportunity for a short down to a support or something. But I personally am not taking shorts right now. I am just kind of waiting and watching to see what happens. Okay. All right, so that's the Bitcoin dominance chart. Or we didn't do the Bitcoin dominance chart. Bitcoin dominance chart. We did discuss this last stream. We said that we could see Bitcoin dominance start to trek back up, and as we were at this major 886 fib extension, which is kind of what's going on here, we're getting a bit of reaction at this level. We're not necessarily going into a major breakout or uptrend just yet. Just we're getting a nice bounce here. We were showing some divergence, and we're getting that kind of to respect that, right? Bitcoin dominance is up 0.59%. Right. Cool. So the SAR 1 hour and 4 hour, we're gonna go take a look at that. In the Discord here, we're looking at the hourly is short on Bitcoin since 2 p.m. This afternoon, and the 4 hour is still technically long since yesterday. Okay. All right, so kind of in between. Like I said, we're in between the ranges right now. All right, just pay attention to that tether dominance. That's definitely going to give you a clue as to where the market's heading. And as we just discussed, the tether looks like it could break to the upside, which could cause Bitcoin to make a move down. All right, hourly on Ethereum has been short now since well, very long time. Looks like since the 17th, it's been short since 34.50. You know, not really too much happening though. It's just been kind of sideways trending. Not really too big of moves down on this asset. You know, 3,300. I guess you could have caught up like a $150 move. 4 hour for Ethereum is still long from 36. Again, we're still stuck in this range right now, guys. So, and not really too much happening right now. And on the Fear and Greed Index, let's take a look at that. So we're still neutral. Like the market is neutral right now. It doesn't know which way we're headed really, right? Like I said before, kind of stuck in a bit of a range. All right, so the Glassnode Nupal chart, still on track for that. Nothing really changed too much since last week. We're still in this green area here, which is good. You know, we're not really signaling any sort of major cycle top or any sort of major move like that. In terms of a move down, we could see a move down back down to you know, into the optimism anxiety phase. Why not? Good. And then if you guys haven't checked it out, make sure you guys check out our NFTs. Obviously these are related to our products and services. And we're actually going to obviously get a deal right now because the ETH price has dropped a bit. So that's going to give you guys some further savings on the subscription product and service associated with each NFT. All right, so make sure you guys check that out. It's on OpenSea. All right, so I'll be taking some requests now for you guys. So if you guys have any coins you guys want me to look at, feel free to drop them in the comment section. In the chat section. All right. Some of the bigger movers on the day. Key, I think we identified this last night. We were seeing this happen on the chart. CELO's another one. This looks like it's gonna make a big move. Some altcoins are still gonna outperform Bitcoin, even if tether dominance is going up. We still might see some of these alts run. Okay. Sure. Let's look at XRP. Why is this happening? Why is what happening? Why is the market dropping? I mean, more selling than buying, right? People are scared. People are selling. Anyway, so XRP still holding above the 200-day moving average, and just still it's still kind of just consolidating in this pattern, right? Nothing really too much happening with this asset. Just really just going sideways right now. And yeah, technically in this bear flag here on the 4 hour, still in the flag. That doesn't mean you don't get. Doesn't mean you don't get an attempt at a rally back up, but this is in a squeeze. But we could see a bearish move, right? Because if Bitcoin breaks down, then this is probably going to break down with it. If tether dominance kind of continues higher, that's going to be your real indicator, right? All right, so Alice, AVAX, SHIB, gold, sure. All right. Alice coming back down to these support areas here, right? Excuse me. Yeah, this is a major support here for Alice. Okay, at this this $11 area here. So this does actually look like it's taking form to some sort of head and shoulders pattern. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it doesn't look too good in terms of the price action. We made a lower right shoulder, right? So this could be a potential short opportunity if it starts to break this neckline. If we get a break on this $11 area, we could see a big move down for this asset. We could see, I mean that's a big move, but we'll see at least 975. We'll see how this plays out. I mean, if we end up making higher lows here, we could try to curl out. But so far, we haven't even been able to get back above 1650, which is this trend line right here, where we broke down. So this is looking like a head and shoulders pattern. That these typically break to the downside. Okay. But we're gonna see about that. We're going to see about that for Alice. Alright. SHIB actually was looking pretty good. I was looking at that the other day. And yeah, this is at some sort of bottom down here. For sure looks that way. And you can see the consolidation happening. We did get a bit of a positive day here for this asset. The 4 hour is looking pretty good, right? Bouncing right off the 200-day moving average. We could see this move back up to the top of the range. All right, so that's SHIB coin. That looks pretty good. We gave an entry here. It obviously, fell a bit further when Bitcoin dumped over here on September 6th. But it's now above the 200 on the 4 hour, so that's promising. Yeah, your next major swing target is like 1450 for this asset. Okay. Okay, so that's SHIB coin. You can look at gold. Sure, let's take a look at gold. Haven't looked at it in some time, but we are below the 200-day moving average on gold on the daily, so that's not good. Got to get back above that. Could be making a higher low here. Yeah, Highway Terrorist, it is maybe looking like that way, right? You can see Bitcoin dominance going up. We see Tether kind of going up here for the moment. But we'll, I mean, I would prepare for that, sure. Yeah, we'll look at AVAX, man. Just be patient, brother. All right, so gold. Gold having a major support down here around this 1715 area, and then these wicks all the way down to 1680. Okay. I mean, it doesn't look too terrible. It looks like it might be rounding out some sort of structure here, but technically, So technically this is right on the neckline. If this was an inverse head and shoulders pattern, it's gotta really have a nice reaction here to be construed as a valid one, because right now it looks like it's kind of breaking that, right? We'll see. So technically it hasn't broke it just yet, but this could be a reversal type of pattern. Maybe we'll see how this ends up panning out, but it's not looking too good. Gold right here on the daily time scale. We are down here at support though, so like I said, really close to that neckline, really close to that area for maybe a reversal if an inverse head and shoulders pattern is to be respected. That's what I'm saying for gold here. And if you do get this move, then you're looking at a move back up to 1900 ultimately. That would be the move back up, okay. Alright, so Solana, Dent, Strong. We'll look at Strong first here for Annie. Yeah, really nice. So actually broke this channel, right? Now using this area here as a support on the daily. This asset's holding up strong, pun intended, Annie. This looks pretty good. You can still see the divergence here on the 4 hour. So that's implying maybe a continuation. And we are sitting bullish on the 4 hour chart. Daily chart, I would assume, is also sitting in bullish territory, which it is. Around 56 on the RSI. But again, if Bitcoin ends up, crashing, I mean, these technically are still making lower highs, but we are holding the lows. Okay, so we're holding the lows, and there is no head and shoulders pattern here. We kind of negated that by making this high here. So we kind of have a new kind of pattern forming here. All right. We can see maybe some sort of triangle formation here. Okay. And the daily is putting in a nice candle. Got a nice bounce here, holding off these lows. And the 4 hour trying to put in another reversal or bullish candle there. All right. So that looks pretty good. Maybe for a move back up to test the top of the range. So let's see, Dent coin. Well, it never actually materialized too much because Bitcoin dumped on September 6th here. So unfortunately, this pattern did not play out. Happens, guys. This is trading. Welcome to trading. All right. So are we in some sort of consolidation? Yeah, it looks like we're below the 4 hour 200. We're definitely in some sort of down sloping consolidation structure, which is good. We're still broke out of this wedge, and looks like we're just chilling right here, right? We're just using this area here right now as support. And if we break this, well, you're looking at, down to here, down to the 0.04 area, and on your way down, you got support here. Okay. But if this does break down, I would expect a move down to the bottom side of this channel, right? Okay. And this does look like a bear flag, so this could certainly make a move down. Okay. Annie, thank you so much for the 3 sterling pound super chat. Appreciate that. We're going to look at ETH, look at AVAX, and Solana. Yeah, Solana is next up. Alright, so Solana did get this channel breakout, but made a lower high and is now actually using this area here as a support for the moment. And you can see the hourly trying to trying to make a reversal here. And if this does pan out to be a reversal, this could end up being a much larger structure than what it looks like, because this could be a slanted inverse head and shoulders pattern. Now I'm saying that could play out, and the reason I'm saying it could play out is because gotta watch Tether and Bitcoin dominance, and yeah, I mean the hourly does look okay in terms of it just making a consolidation here. Okay, it's down 10% today. So we could see a retrace at least come back to test the 200 on the hourly. The 4 hour is obviously way above the 200 day, and obviously the daily is way above the 200 day. So, you know, reversion to the mean typically, you know, is a normal thing to have happen. We're going to see, you know, if this asset doesn't hold these lows here, we're going to see maybe come down right to like 120 bucks. We could see it consolidate some more before it makes its next major move with the rest of the market. Right? So, yeah, none of this is really shocking. We even knew that this candle here represented a reversal to the downside. Right? So we'll see how this Solana plays out. We could end up holding this low and consolidate here, and then get a break and make a continuation. Really, all going to depend on what the markets do, right? So 47,000 looks like it is holding for Bitcoin right now, but that's good. That was a key level, and if we can hold this through the close, I think, and we hold above the 200 day, I think we can maybe just consolidate eventually, and maybe make a push, at least to test this resistance up here around 50 to 53 if we don't break these lows, right? So rejection of the lows is a bullish sign, guys. So if we do not break the lows, I'm leaning towards a test of the top side of the range. If we start to break the lows on the shorter time scales, I would suspect us to come back down to test this $44,000 to $43,000 area pretty fast, right? So are we showing like buyer exhaustion up here? No, we're not showing buyer exhaustion, but we are in a consolidation right now. So a big move is brewing on the 4 hour chart for Bitcoin. Phantom, yeah, sorry about that. We'll take a look at ETH and then Phantom here. Chris is asking about Uni or GRT. Looks like GRT is entering the apex of a big flag. We can take a look at that too. We're going to look at AVAX first though, and then Luna. Actually, I think Luna was suggested here next. So we'll look at Luna and then AVAX. Alright, so Luna coming right down to the 4 hour 200. And on the daily, obviously we're way above the 200 day down here at 15 bucks. I don't think that that's coming all the way down there, but you never know with crypto land. But yeah, you could see that it perfectly respected this trend line. We got a touch, got a drop, got another touch. Are we going to get another drop, right? That's the question. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is it's quite parabolic already, right, guys? So you got to think about these things. You know, how much higher these assets are really going to go before they start to pull back. Now this asset, yeah, I mean this looks pretty good. We got a perfect back test off the previous all-time high and made an attempted rally. We did get a rally, and now we're just pulling back. We're consolidating here, and the 4 hour is definitely in a consolidation, and it's pointed down right now, guys. I'm not gonna lie, this does not look too good. And you're below zero on the MACD on the 4 hour, and you can see the spike of negative momentum down 5.8%. We're probably going to see this come down to this next support, which is around 25.70 if we do get some really strong sell side action, right? So just be aware that that if Bitcoin starts to break down, this is going to break out of this pattern bearishly. Now, typically this is a falling wedge type structure, and these break to the upside 67% of the time. So it's all about what Bitcoin does, guys, at the end of the day. If Bitcoin breaks up, this is going to break up. If Bitcoin breaks down, this is going to break down. And then you have some coins that kind of just do their own things, and obviously it's sometimes hard to spot those because they aren't following what the normal trend is following. Okay. But for now, holding the 200 on the 4-hour and on the hourly here towards the bottom of this structure, you can see trying to put in like maybe a retrace candle here, you know, back test that resistance, right? Try to reclaim it as support if you can. This doesn't look too good. Not too good. Cool. So that's Luna. We're gonna look at FTM and then ETH. Or wait, it was AVAX next. Sorry. Now this asset's been on a run, for sure. Been on a run, but it looks like it. Looks like you might have just made a double top, man. Just made a double top. Right, you can see the top. So this probably comes down to the 62 area. You break this neckline. We're looking at, you know, this next area of 55, and you know, on your way down to test these lows again, right? Now these are the levels: 50, 55, and 60. But this looks to me like a sure double top. All right, you can see it crossing down here on the Stokes and oscillators as well, on the 4-hour. And the daily also putting in some divergence, right? The positive momentum looks like it's sort of weaning off here. I mean, a lower level, but a higher price. And yeah, I mean, we're gonna see this asset most likely pull back. Weekly still looks pretty good though. So, but your weekly is at 80 on the RSI. So again, also diverging, higher highs on price, lower levels of relative strength on the oscillator. All right. We just could see a back test, man. That's all. A back test. Get out of overbought territory. Okay. AVAX, then it was ETH, and then or AVAX, and then it was Uni or GRT. Yeah, we can take a look at it. We can take a look at Uni. Yeah, so this was in a channel up. I mean, if we end up starting to make closures below, then we can probably safely short this down to, you know, 17. Right? It looks like you're going to close a weekly candle below. All right, so you try to pop back in. I mean, technically, you're still making a higher low than this low for now. As soon as you start breaking this $22 area, you know, watch out. You're gonna probably really make a big move down. Yeah, could see this move back down to, like I said, the $20 area, and even back down to, you know, 18 bucks. We could see if this really starts to mature and break down with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin really starts to break down, which right now it doesn't look like it's doing. So we're kind of in a holding pattern. We're still technically making a higher low up here than this low here. Weekly also making higher lows than this previous low that on this swing low here. So yeah, I mean, we get our close here in about a half hour. I mean, this does look like a rejection candle, right? But it never made a lower low technically, so this could be like a resting bar candle. It could be. It's not quite an inverted hammer, so there's I don't know if you could argue that. Technically, the weekly's on fifth. It's like right at bullish territory. It's just sitting, and we are sitting above zero on the MACD. There isn't a lot of chart data on this asset. Stokes did start to cross back down, so there could be some sell pressure coming in. Yeah, E-Burns, that's why we were giving trades on those, because they were outperforming Bitcoin, right? When you do find the assets that are outperforming, they are obviously going to be fun to trade. But again, if Bitcoin makes a really volatile move, it's probably gonna affect that asset's move, right? So, all right. So this was Uni. We're gonna look at GRT. GRT also in this type of channel down structure, and it hasn't been able to break up above it. So I'm not really bullish on this asset until we get a breakout. Okay, and I think TradingView is also not bullish. So there's that, right? So this asset not really performing too hot, just really been doing a bunch of nothing. And yeah, coming back down to test the support again. Guys, the more times you test the support, the more likely it is to break it. Remember that. So if an asset is continuing to come back down to supports, that means we're probably going to see a break. Okay, just watch out on this one. I think that we could see this. We could see this move down some more, and it's in a squeeze. So a big move down is probably coming. Okay. That was GRT. We're gonna look at FTM and then ETH. FTM doing pretty well still, actually breaking out of the triangle, so outperforming the rest of the market for sure right now. We do have a swing up to what looks to be close to $3 on this asset. So kudos to you guys if you're in FTM. This is a very strong asset. You can see the hidden bullish divergence here, implied to the upside. Sergi, yes, we can take a look at Sushi Swap. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. All right, so when I drew this was correct. We did make a move back up to this upside target. We're at the red band areas, guys. You already know. Red band areas are typically areas we might see the asset come back down, okay? Now, we didn't quite make it to this $21 resistance target. And technically, we're still making higher lows than these lows down here at 10 bucks. If we can hold above 10 and just consolidate up here, then there is a good chance we could see this come back up to test the top side of the range and eventually come up to test this $21 area. All right, I will say that this actually doesn't look so bad on the 4-hour time scale here. You can see, I mean, yes, we are below the 200, but we are looking like we're forming some sort of maybe wedge type of pattern, maybe some sort of wedge structure here. And the 4-hour, it hasn't really started rounding just yet, but maybe start picking up some longs like towards the $11 area, maybe even closer to this support, 1050s in this area here. But if you start losing this like $10 area, you're gonna probably see $8 pretty fast if you lose the $10 area. Okay. But yeah, DeFi's been moving pretty strongly right now, so we'll see about sushi, right? Hey, Romain, no problem, man. So if this does break up, we are looking at a swing back up to here, right? The top of the wedge is 16 bucks if we do get a breakout. Oh, we have 40 people on tonight. Thank you guys so much for joining the stream and tuning in. Make sure you guys smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel, and tick the little bell. All right, so this was sushi. So thank you so much for the $5 super chat, Sergi. Appreciate that. We looked at FTM. We're going to take a look at ETH. We did not do that just yet. Take a look at ETH. I feel like it's going to be looking like a lot like the rest of this market right now, and is pulling back, right? I'm trying to find out if I have another chart here I can use. I forget where I had ETH charted, man. All right. Anyways, yeah. So okay, we can just use this chart. It's fine. So again, if we're going to be technical, we're still making higher lows than 3,100. As long as we continue to make higher lows than like the $3,000, $3,100 area, we could see higher prices at some point. Maybe not right this moment. Obviously, we see the dollar is maybe picking up some steam. We'll see about that. Again, looks to be some sort of wedge. We are below the 200 on the 4 hour. We're not really diverging just yet. Yeah, I mean the hourly is technically short right now, and also short on SAR, and on a rapid reentry indicator also giving short reentries here. But yeah, we're out of support on the hourly, and we could get a little bit of a reaction bounce here. Maybe we do get a break back up to 36 to kind of reclaim this. Really all going to depend on what the dollar does and what Bitcoin's doing, right? So are we implying anything on the hourly? On the hourly, we are actually implying a move back up on the hourly. Now, we don't really have too much help from the 4 hour or the daily. The daily is still implying maybe movements back down to the downside. You can see that the daily stochastics pointed down now, so we could see a short-term move back up, but I think over the course of the next couple days, we could see movements back down. Could see movements back down to the $3,000 level. And even to this 2,900 area, right? Okay. Sorry, I don't have better news. You look at Harmony 1, sure, let's take a look at Harmony 1. CHR we'll take a look at. But a lot of these are going to be doing the same things. Like, they're probably going to be pulling back, okay? We got up to these areas and failed to make higher highs with lower levels of relative strength. That's nice, dude. That's nice. Okay, so CHR on the daily. Positive thing is that we are holding above the 200-day. If we can stay above the 200-day, then all should be well, man. As long as you can stay above it and consolidate up here, that's fine. Andy, we did cover Phantom already. We did cover it. So again, the hourly looks pretty good, right? We're at maybe a value area here on the hourly. We could see a move back up to 37 to test the top side of the range. Going to depend on what Bitcoin's doing. Bitcoin's kind of just sitting around 47.2 right now with about 18 minutes left on the day. You can see the volume coming in here on the hourly too for this asset. So we're looking at yes, Annie, yeah, we did cover it. We covered it. We said it was outperforming the market. It looks like our swing target is close to $3 area on Phantom. Right. So Harmony 1, we'll take a look at that. And yeah, I had something mapped out, like we're going to come down to this like 12, 13 cent area and then see a rip. We'll see. The hourly, again, a lot of the hourly charts right now look good. We're trying to maybe hold on to these lows, and you're in a channel, looks like. So as long as you hold above 15 cents, you could see a test back up to, 17 or even 18 cents. We got to get back above the hourly 200 and hold this support. Annie, no problem, no problem. It's all good. All right. Let's see here. What else did I miss? I missed something. XLM. Sure, let's take a look at XLM. So, I mean, you would think ultimately we get back up to this swing target of 80 cents, right? That's the wedge target. We have not achieved that level yet. So, I mean, yeah, we are seeing this flag. We could get a bounce here, though. We could get a nice, strong bounce at this level. We're going to see. I mean, I think XLM probably gets a reaction low here. Yeah, I'm working on it, dude. This guy is got nothing else better to do than talk shit. Literally talk shit. Okay, so XLM, we could see come back down to this support, right? So pay attention. This is our third test of the support. Most likely we're going to break it and then get some sort of reaction around this 30 cent area. Pay attention for that. Pay attention for that reaction low, all right? And that would make some sense too, especially if Bitcoin is going to pull back some more. All right. CRV also on the move, but we probably get a swing failure here. We just covered one, E-Burns. We literally just covered it, man. Just scroll back a little bit. We literally just covered it. Smooth Love Potion. Yeah, that was actually a STP call out. I wonder if that's still holding up. Yeah. That one might have got stopped out. I mean, this thing tried to rally here. And yeah, it doesn't look too good on the daily. The Stoke's kind of crossing down here. We could see lower price on it. We could see a lower price on it. And the next level here is the 100% retrace around 6 cents. You break that, you're looking at 3. There's really nothing here. That's really it. Not really too much on this one. Hey, all good, E-Burns. No problem, man. Any other charts you guys want me to look at here tonight before we focus on the BTC candle close? Thank you so much again for the 5 sterling pound super chat, Annie. You are the best. Thank you so much. There was one asset I want to look at here is ICP. I actually took an entry, a re-entry on this around 59, and I mean, I don't know if this is going to pan out, right? Yeah, we can check BitTorrent. So the only thing here that sucks is this is a rising wedge, and did I cover Ren? I don't think I covered Ren. Let's take a look at that actually. Yeah, it's going to depend on your capital amount, man. It's going to depend on your capital, and it's going to depend on a lot of things, right? So is it worth holding the trade, or is it worth just taking a loss and trying to figure out what best to do with your capital, right? Yeah, it all depends on what your goal is, man. You know, obviously your goal is to get your trade out, but is it going to cost you an arm and a leg to do it, or is it not a big deal? If it's not a big deal, then that's what you should do that, right? I can't be your financial advisor. You're in charge of your own capital and your own funds, and I'm just telling you, in my opinion, which way the market might go. And right now, we're in between a range. Bitcoin's still holding above the 200-day moving average, but if the dollar starts to pick up steam, we could see that end up failing and breaking the 200-day moving average back to the downside. So these are some things that you guys need to take precautions with, right? Risk management is key right now. Like, I would definitely not be really in any leverage trades if possible right now, because like we don't know which way this market's going to break. It's not like it's in a particular type of structure that it's very reliable or predictable right now. It's not. I mean, yes, we're in a bear flag. Yes, we're in an uptrend. Yes, we're in between ranges. So like, if there's no real clear, this looks like it's going to break out, why put yourself at risk? Just sit in dollars or sit in spot, whatever. Don't Don't be taking crazy risks right now. It's not worth it. Not worth it. Wait for a big crash and everyone to get wrecked. I'm just kidding. I mean, let's hope nobody gets wrecked, but there's always people that over leverage themselves and take too much risk. That's the nature of the beast. It's the nature of the business, right? So that's how these exchanges make money, man. When they know when the markets are over leveraged, they rug pull or they pump it, right? Exactly, man. Exactly. So just sit sidelines, just chill, relax, do something else. Work on yourself a bit, you know. Let the charts do what the charts are going to do. That's what I would say. That's my advice. That's what I've been trying to do. I've been trying to just kind of take it easy and relax a bit. All right, so we're looking at Ren. So you can see this is in a nice channel up, right? So we're coming back down to backtest. I mean, we had a nice rally. We got above the 200-day moving average this week for this asset. Had a pretty crazy bullish week, man, this asset, if I recall correctly. Right, yeah. Nice. You're technically still in a weekly breakout. Okay? You could see a week of sideways or backtesting. Why not? You can always hodl spot. You know why? Because you can't get liquidated holding spot. The only time I recommend you not holding spot is when we top out in this market and the likelihood chance of the market continuing to go down. That's the only time you don't want to be in a spot position is when that's occurring. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Just yeah, exactly. Just be patient, man. A lot of this game is really just waiting. I'm actually still stuck in a BNB trade. I haven't done anything with it. I'm still stuck in it. This is when I was running some higher risk settings. My other trade got out because I DCA'd it. I didn't really DCA BNB enough, but as long as BNB holds above the 200 day and we don't get a big crash, then this is going to get out. It just might take some time, right? I don't even mind showing it. It's fine. I think it's my entry is like 444 or something. So I need a significant. I need like not that significant of a move, but you know, I need about a 10% move to get out of this trade. And we haven't even really done a retrace. So if this is going to end up going lower, I suspect this to make a lower high first, like somewhere around this 450, 460 range, and then dump, right? But we'll see. Nothing right now looks that good. But I will say, as long as Bitcoin holds this $47,000 area, that's something positive. That's something to be looked at. And we are seeing the negative momentum sort of weaning, but we need to see it make this cross up for real confidence. Breakout percentage on rectangles? Depends what kind of rectangle you're talking about. You can always reference the patternsite.com, guys. So rectangle. Yeah, it depends on what type of rectangle you're talking about, my friend. Rectangle bottom, rectangle top. Feel free to send me a chart. Take a look at it. Yeah, exactly, man. What's the breakout percentage rate on rectangles consolidations? I don't know, man. That's a pretty broad question, right? Is it a bottom? Is it a top? Right? So I'll say this: we are making a higher candle body close than last week in terms of the lows, right? The low for this week was 43,370. Last week the low is 42,843. So we're technically making a higher low on the weekly. So that's good. We are not making a higher high just yet. We could see some price action. Like I said before, we could see some price action to the downside if we do break 47, okay, and we get below this 200-day moving average around 45.8 on the daily here. All right, so this 45.8 area down to about 44.6 is the real area to watch out for. Okay. Annie, yeah, no problem, no problem. Come on, guys. We got almost 40 people on the stream tonight. Let's bump up these likes a little bit. Audio coin is on the move right now. This actually looks really strong. Got a nice cross up here, triggered on the daily. OMG's another one that is also looking nice. MTL actually looks pretty good, and it's some assets look better than others, guys. Right? There you guys go. Thank you so much for the like spike, guys. Appreciate that. So MetalPay looks kind of interesting here. You can see it's getting pretty close to maybe a breakout area here. We're up to 34 likes, so thank you guys so much for that. CME gap at 46.8. There's a couple CME gaps. We can look at DYDX, sure. It just launched though, right? Yeah, so not really too much to really chart on this one, man. We did not look at CRO, and we will look at let's see. Look at Algorand, all right? We'll look at Algorand, sure. So it was in this, looks to be like a flag, but could be a descending triangle. It's just consolidating up here on the 4-hour, the daily, kind of getting rejected here as well. We could see, we could see a pullback back down to the 170 area here. We got, lots of areas of confluence here. Support 1, 2 areas right here, and the third area right here. And we come back down here. And maybe maybe make a cup pattern to consolidate before the next real big leg up, right? It would kind of make sense to see some longer consolidations out of these altcoins before their last legs, because you got to build up the energy, right? So this was building up this energy for a while before it broke its range. It took months, man. It took from April till September, so it took almost 5 months for this to basically, only make a 40% move up, right? CRO, let's take a look at it. I think I have to redraw this thing every single time I chart it. It's kind of annoying. But CRO, again, holding this nice trend line and this nice up channel. Okay, but if we're putting in some lower highs, like the rest of the market's doing right now, we could see we could see this pull back to these areas here. All right, we're gonna just do a quick fib on this to get ideas of where we could see this asset come back down to, right? Well, it's pretty clear we were rejecting the 886, so we're gonna come back down to test, you know, this support here around 16.5, 16.7 cents. We're gonna see what kind of reaction we get there. That is the 200 on the 4-hour, and I think that is, yeah, I mean, these are gonna be your areas, right? So you're at an area right now, you're sitting here. You could end up coming down to test this area, and ultimately down to this area, which is this maybe close to 14-cent area. It could happen, guys. Do not get caught up in thinking that it can just go up forever. It can't go up forever. It's gonna have to come down at some point to try to then break out, right? So we could do something like this. We get one more rug pull on this asset, hold this area, and then run, right? Gonna depend on what Bitcoin's doing, and right now it does look like we could see Bitcoin try to make a strong. We just actually closed, right? We did get a closure above 47K, so that's good, guys. That's a positive. We are above the 200-day moving average, and we did basically a bunch of nothing today. I mean, we did actually technically get a bearish engulfing candle, though. So we'll see how this ends up going. All right. You guys have any other assets you guys want me to cover here quickly in the chat? We did make a higher low. We did make a higher low on the hourly. We were saying the hourly was looking good before, but we're going to see if we can get a move back up to the top side of the range for Bitcoin. And how's Sol looking? We looked at Sol already. We can take a look at it one more time here, and it's holding the inverse head and shoulders pattern right on the support right now. See if we can end up holding it, hold into this structure. UFO, we covered SHIB before, man. You can scroll back and to look at it. Dogecoin, we can take a look at real quick. Quant, we can take a look at that too. So Doge actually made an attempted rally here and failed. Yeah, I mean, you're looking at, you know, you are in a bear flag here until you break above this flag, which is around 29 cents, basically. So yeah, it's not looking too good. No real divergence because you are making lower lows on price. Yeah, I mean, you're below the 200-day moving average, man, so not looking too hot until you get back above that. Got to get back above that 200-day for Doge. Okay. Yeah, we could get a spring right off of this support to maybe get a move back up to like 25. You break this area, we could see that it go to the top of the range, and then maybe you consolidate here before you then get another move. Depends. It's going to depend on what Bitcoin's doing and the rest of this market, right? Is it quant? Is that QNT? So this is obviously in a massive uptrend, right? Clearly see that. And we can also clearly see that we could consolidate for a bit more after making some of these major moves. And we ultimately could see a move down to $300 area. This is a local top, and there's your rejection wick right now on Bitcoin. It's coming in pretty hard. So you already started to break this trend line here. All right, we could quickly see. Could quickly see this come down to break this, back up to back test it as resistance, and kind of make its way down. Unfortunately, back down to this $300 area. Okay, that can actually happen if Bitcoin decides to break down. All right, guys and girls, thank you guys so much for your time. Thank you for joining the stream tonight. Hopefully, you guys are informed now that we don't really expect anything crazy to happen until we get some resolution on what's happening with the DXY. And if the DXY is going to get this rejection from the 50-day and this death cross actually plays out, and that could be the time really to load up on some longs when we get some confirmation of this, okay? If we get some confirmation and we do see this breakdown, and we will be then looking for bullish targets, okay? Right now, just no trades, just looking at to see what ends up happening with the dollar. All right, guys, make sure you guys join the Discord. Check that out. It's in the link in the description. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you guys smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel, and tick the little bell. And for all of you guys that are new and are interested in our SAR subscriptions, in our bot services, we do have our VIP meeting tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern. Make sure you guys sign up to VIP if you guys are interested in getting some of the latest and greatest bot strategies. That is where really all the value is. We have people that are running accounts up from 2,000 to 40,000 in a couple weeks with the right market conditions. Obviously, right this second, it's not, but you want to be ready for that, right? You want to be ready to take some risk when you can take some risk, and when you want to scale back the risk when the time is also right to scale back the risk. All right, guys? So make sure you guys check that out. Join the Discord, join the movement, check out VIP, check out some of our NFTs here on OpenSea. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for joining. You guys have a wonderful week. We'll catch you guys next time.